Listen closely to what I am about to reveal to you now, my beloved child, for your presence here is no accident. This moment was not orchestrated by chance, by fate, or by fleeting curiosity. It hath been divinely arranged. It is my voice calling out to you. I am the Lord your God, the one who intricately formed you in your mother's womb, who understands your every thought, who has numbered every strand of hair on your head. Today, I've arrived to encounter you with a purpose that transcends time. I've carved out this sacred space to deliver a word that won't just shift your life, but will echo into your home, your lineage, and every generation that follows you. I come not with judgment, but with affirmation to lift you, to strengthen you, and to place in your hands a promise that will no longer be postponed. I say to you now, this cannot wait. Not until tomorrow. Not when circumstances align or when you believe you're finally ready. It must be now. For I, the Lord, operate not by your calendar, but by my divine timing. You have waited patiently, walking through seasons of uncertainty, clinging to faith when clarity was nowhere in sight. I've witnessed your silent prayers behind closed doors, your tears shed in solitude, the cries you buried deep within where no one else could hear. And I want you to know none of it has been overlooked. Not a single tear has escaped my attention. Every quiet plea has been gathered, every hidden groan has reached my throne. And now I come bearing your answer. I, the Lord, will make you exceedingly rich, not merely in wealth, but in peace, discernment, favor, spiritual strength, and lasting joy. Yet I will also touch your finances in a visible, undeniable way. I will extend financial blessing to your entire household. I will shatter the chains of scarcity. I will lift the weight of debt, and I will destroy generational strongholds that have tried to choke your provision. This word is for you, not for someone else, not for a distant future. It is for this moment, and it is yours. This message is not meant for someone else. It is meant specifically for you, the one reading these words right now. You, who silently wonder if this could possibly be true, if it's really possible that God has remembered you. I assure you, I have never forgotten you. Your name is written in my memory. I have watched your journey from the very start. I've seen every sacrifice made in secret, every quiet act of faith, every time you chose to trust me despite the chaos surrounding you. Your background does not limit me. It's not your last name, your education, your upbringing, your financial standing, or your past missteps that dictate the magnitude of the blessing I'm releasing over your life. What matters is your faith. And I have seen that even under pressure, you still believe. Even in uncertainty, you keep holding on to my word. You still pursue my presence, even when the answers seem delayed. That faith, that persistence moves me. That's what activates my hand. That's all I need to open the heavens over you. My child, this is a pivotal moment, a divine appointment. Do not dismiss what you're hearing in your spirit right now, for this could be the final opportunity to take hold of what I've designed for you in this particular season. Not because I want to withhold anything from you, but because certain windows of grace are only open for a set time. You are standing before one right now. If you will listen to my voice, if you will believe and surrender, I will show you what others only dream about. Because nothing is impossible for the one who believes. It's no coincidence that this message is stirring something deep within you. I orchestrated events both seen and unseen to guide you to this exact moment. This is not random. This is not chance. Today, I speak not as a far-off whisper, but as a father who longs to be close, as a king who is summoning you, as a faithful God who has never turned his eyes away from you, not for a second. Listen closely, my beloved child, for I do not speak to you as one far away or unknown. I speak as your Father, your Maker, your everlasting source. I am the one who remained when others walked away, the one who lifted you when you thought it was over. I've watched your daily battles, the silent war within, your determination to cling to faith even when everything around you told you to give up. And now, I speak directly and unmistakably to your heart. I am the God who keeps every promise. You didn't arrive at this moment by chance. This isn't just a video you stumbled upon or a message that sounds encouraging. This is a divine appointment, a sacred intersection between your life and my voice. I am the Lord your God, the one who split seas in two, who sustained the prophet with supernatural provision, who restores the crushed and heals the weary. Why would you think I've changed? Why would you believe your struggles are too much for me? I am still the same, yesterday, today, and forever, and this time, I'm moving on your behalf. You were not brought through the fire just to stay stuck in survival mode. I haven't led you this far for you to remain in fear, counting pennies, and drowning in anxiety. This is your moment to step into overflow. Now is the time when my favor begins to unlock the doors, when your tears are transformed into a harvest, when what once seemed buried starts to bloom, not just in finances, but in lasting peace, enduring joy, and spiritual boldness. I do not tease with empty hope. I do not stir your spirit just for emotion. When I speak, it is truth, and my word stands forever. This is the time for you to rise, to be above and not beneath, to walk in purpose, no longer overlooked or dismissed. I am shifting you into a new place, both spiritually and financially, and doing so where others can see the goodness of my hand upon your life. But remember this, child, there is one thing I require from you. Trust me. Even when it defies logic, when the figures don't make sense, when your surroundings scream doubt, choose to believe. Because faith is what unlocks the treasure of heaven. You don't have to figure it all out, you just have to trust that I will. Because as you worship me, as you honor me through your daily choices, as you walk in obedience even without seeing the full harvest yet, I am moving powerfully behind the scenes. I'm working where your eyes cannot reach. I'm stirring hearts in rooms you cannot enter, unlocking opportunities that were concealed, releasing provision that was delayed by forces you couldn't fight, but that bow to my authority. I'm breaking through barriers, releasing financial breakthroughs, aligning people, resources, divine contracts, strategic doors, and partnerships, all orchestrated in ways you never imagined. Even tonight, while you sleep, I am preparing a miracle with your name on it. You don't need to make it happen in your own strength. I am arranging every detail. I will respond to your prayers, even those whispered through tears when words failed you. I will supply your needs in ways that reflect my glory and power, for I am Jehovah Jireh, your unfailing provider. I've never lost control. You thought you were unseen, unheard, but I was always there. And now, you will witness how the hope you carried in faith will manifest in fullness. I need you to hear this with certainty. Your arrival at this moment is no coincidence. You didn't stumble into this message. You were led by my Spirit on this day, at this very hour, to receive this word. Every detail, every second, every step was divinely ordered to bring you here, because I knew what your heart needed. I have heard the silent cries of your soul. I see your weariness, your exhaustion from striving, and today I say to you, lay it down, and rest in me. I am your defender. I am the one who makes a way where logic says there is none. I will cause rivers to flow in your desert, proving that my faithfulness is far greater than every closed door or failed plan. I am the everlasting God, unchanged by time or trends, unshaken by chaos. While people may falter, while seasons shift and hearts grow distant, I remain constant. I remain supreme. My word never fails. Every promise I declared over your life even before the foundation of the world still lives. I have spoken favor, and it will reach you. I have decreed abundance, and it will break through. I have announced victory, and nothing can cancel what I, the Lord, have spoken into being. Many walked beside you, yet never truly grasped the weight you carried. Some celebrated your beginning but distanced themselves during your process. Others witnessed your missteps and quietly disqualified you. But I never turned away. I never walked out on you. Every painful stride you took, I was there. Every morning you rose without strength, but still chose to keep going. Heaven took notice. And now I come to honor your endurance, for I am a just God, and my eyes remain fixed on those who keep trusting me even when everything around them suggests they shouldn't. You have withstood contrary winds, endured the heaviness of doubt, betrayal's sting, and the silence of days where no answers came, when every door seemed to shut, and hope felt like a distant echo. But hear me clearly today, not one moment of it was wasted. Every tear you shed had been collected, every hardship carefully counted. I do not allow suffering without purpose. I transform all things for your good, even what the enemy intended for your downfall. My power is boundless, and my ways surpass your understanding. I am the one who brings rivers through barren lands, who resurrects what was presumed lifeless. What I began in you, I will complete. I did not carry you through storm after storm just to leave you in the middle. I upheld you for a reason, and that reason is unfolding now. I've been active in the silence, preparing, lining, cultivating. My quiet was never absence, it was divine setup. I was tilling the soil of your spirit, refining your character, training your ears to discern my voice without confusion. This is the appointed time when the unseen takes shape, when long-awaited promises begin to emerge. The doors that once defied you, I myself am unlocking them. I've dispatched angels with specific assignments. I've moved on the hearts of those in position to bless you. Delayed provision is now being released. Hidden riches are coming into view. Territories once beyond reach are being transferred. Inheritances once thought lost are being restored, for I am sovereign over all creation, from the highest heaven to the deepest place, and nothing is beyond my command. I have chosen to rewrite your story not because of anything you've earned, not by human effort or worthiness, but by my grace, because I desire to reveal my glory through your life. I want those who witness what I'm about to do to know beyond a doubt that it wasn't your strength, your skills, or your network that brought it to pass. It was my powerful hand alone. What I'm preparing to unleash will not be average, will not be hidden, and will not be overlooked. It will be remarkable and undeniable. This is the place where your obedience converges with divine timing. I have called you to trust me even when everything around you appears to say otherwise. Trust me when your finances make no sense, when reports are grim, when answers seem long overdue. Faith doesn't wait for certainty. Faith is birthed in uncertainty and thrives when nothing seems possible. And when you walk in that faith, I am moving supernaturally on your behalf. I'm rearranging what once seemed immovable. I'm opening pathways you assumed were closed forever. As you continue to walk in reverence, following the course I've designed, I am shifting the unseen. You may not see it now, but I am already acting. I have made eternal covenants with you, and I do not waver. I do not alter my promises. I do not withdraw my word. If I declared it, it will come to pass. And if I vowed to bring abundance, breakthrough, restoration, and dignity into your life, then so it will be. There are manifestations already taking shape in the spiritual realm. Delayed blessings, once restrained, are now being released. Generational chains that plagued your family line are being severed by my authority. I'm restoring what the enemy stole and elevating your name not for self-glory, but to magnify my unwavering faithfulness. I'm making all things new, for the fullness of time has come. Even while you sleep, I am orchestrating victories. Even in your stillness, I am conquering battles on your behalf. Nothing you placed in my care hath been forgotten. Everything will be returned not the same, but multiplied. And when my work is revealed, you will see that every tear, every test, every moment of delay carried purpose. Long before you ever took your first breath, I knew your steps. Not a second of your life is hidden from me. Every detail of your journey is known, and I am redeeming it all. I have observed every step you've taken, every thought that passed through your mind, and every hidden desire nestled deep in your heart. My gaze has never left you, not even for a moment, even when you couldn't sense me near. No moment of your life has escaped my attention. Every choice, every misstep, every brave attempt to continue despite exhaustion, I have watched them all with love, with grace, and with a purpose that stretches beyond what you can see. I permitted certain seasons and processes you didn't comprehend, not because I withdrew, but because I was crafting something profound within you that could only be shaped in the fire of difficulty. Where you saw failure, I saw a foundation. Where you experienced delay, I was forging strength. It was never punishment, it was always preparation. While you thought life was standing still, I was erecting unseen structures, building a strong foundation to uphold the weight of what is about to be poured over your life. My plan does not reverse. My will does not collapse under human error when a heart is truly surrendered to me. Even your most painful failures and deepest mistakes cannot dismantle the original blueprint I created for you, because I do not depend on your perfection to fulfill my promises, only on the posture of your heart. And I have witnessed that posture in you. I saw that even when despair knocked hard, something within you chose to keep a flicker of faith alive. That flicker was enough. That small ember of belief was the seed I needed to act. Now I have released a new season upon you, a season where what was long held back will gain momentum. What once felt immovable will now shift with clarity. I do more than just make a way, I establish your steps upon it. You won't go in circles anymore. The same obstacles will not trip you again. I am restoring your sight. I am awakening your spiritual senses to discern my movement with greater precision and purpose. I will train you to discern the right moments, to know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to advance and when to wait. You will no longer be swayed by fleeting emotions, but guided by my divine wisdom. I will prepare you to manage what's coming, for the blessing I am releasing is not ordinary, it carries sacred weight. This is not just abundance for your enjoyment, but a divine trust meant to multiply, to serve, to flow through you as a vessel and not stop within you as a reservoir. I will involve you in assignments that illuminate places of darkness. I will uncover specific needs and place the resources in your hands to meet them. You will be a solution, just as I have been your solution time and again. I am also purifying the space around you. Certain voices will go quiet, and some influences will be removed not out of rejection, but as divine shielding. Not every connection can remain, because some are not equipped to handle the level of grace and responsibility I am about to bestow on you. Do not cling to what I am removing. Do not resist the necessary shift. Each change I permit is part of a consecrated transition into something far greater than what you've known. What appears to be loss is simply a precursor to gain. Don't fear the changes, they are the proof that I am at work. Don't be disheartened by what remains unseen, for my presence doesn't have to be visible to be powerfully active. I build with depth, never on shallow ground. Everything I'm sending your way will be rooted, grounded, and saturated in eternal significance. Even if you don't yet comprehend why your path has turned in unexpected ways, a day will come when you'll say with full assurance, "It was needed, and it was for the best." And no trial has ever separated you from my love, no matter how fierce the battle, how loud the accusation, or how dark the night. I have always been near. I am working even now, and I will perform my word so distinctly that neither you nor those around you will credit it to anyone or anything else. All glory will be mine. Every detail will point back to me, a clear testimony that my promises are fulfilled in those who walk with me, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but with honest, surrendered hearts. What I am imparting into you in this season demands a transformed mindset. If you continue to think as you once did, you will unknowingly place limits on what I am now ready to release. That is why I am dismantling outdated mental patterns and removing inner structures that once served you but no longer align with where I am taking you. To embrace the new, you must let go of the old. Do not try to squeeze my plans into familiar frameworks. Don't compare this moment to what has been. Nothing will look the same, not your identity, not your environment, not the path ahead. I am doing a complete renewal, and when I renew, I go deep straight to the root. Don't mourn what I've removed. Instead, lift your eyes with hope, because what is approaching is exactly what I've intended for you all along. I'm not just giving you what you wished for, I'm giving you what your soul has truly needed. And I'm not doing it according to your ability or past performance, but according to the unmeasurable riches of my grace. I have watched every moment you felt invisible in a world that praises only the loudest. I've seen you question your worth, doubt the power of what I've placed inside you, and wonder if your voice even matters. I know the internal struggles that have tried to reduce your sense of purpose. You've battled whispers that told you you're not enough, but hear me clearly, I do not make errors. Everything I placed within you was intentional, carefully planted for eternal purpose. Not one dream, not one talent, not one pure desire in your heart escaped my design. The world looks for status, spotlight, and applause, but I search for authenticity, for the heart that beats in quiet obedience. I honor what is built in hidden places, what is birthed in surrender, what draws heaven's attention without needing human praise. I've entrusted you with something meant to influence generations, a divine blueprint that cannot be imitated or replaced. My fingerprint is uniquely stamped on your life. And now is the time to walk in that truth, not with pride, but with clarity of identity. Because what I'm stirring in you is far from small, and it demands that you step forward with the boldness of someone who knows who they are in me. You can no longer wait for validation to take your next step. You won't always be understood, and that's okay. Some journeys are between us alone. Some instructions were given specifically to you, and that's where your trust must remain. Even if many don't grasp the direction you're taking, know this: I am the one supporting you, validating your steps, and strengthening you with every act of obedience. Even when it feels isolating, even when your journey flows against the tide, I am with you. This path isn't about being understood by the masses. It's about walking in purpose. It's not about applause or visibility. It's about standing for truth. I am awakening within you a deeper level of discernment. Soon you will begin to perceive far beyond what's visible, gaining insight into situations that once left you uncertain, not to elevate yourself, but to equip you to pray with precision. Not for pride, but for wisdom. I will open your eyes to the unseen, reveal hidden motives, and place words in your mouth that will speak life into desolate places, bring clarity where there's confusion, and shine light into the shadows. And you'll recognize that none of it is from your own strength, it's my Spirit working powerfully through you. Don't be afraid of the unfamiliar. What I'm calling you into requires not only boldness, but also surrender. It will ask you to release old patterns, past strategies, and familiar behaviors that no longer fit the new season, not because they were bad, but because their purpose has been fulfilled. I move in seasons, and what begins now is unlike anything you've walked in before. The methods of your past were necessary then, but they will not serve you here. I am giving you fresh spiritual tools, new discernment, inspired vision, and strategies birthed from my divine wisdom. There's a divine acceleration unfolding around you. What once felt out of reach will now come swiftly. Breakthroughs that seemed years away will bloom in just months, not because I have changed, but because you have been made ready. You've been through the fire, and it has refined your focus. Now your heart is anchored in what matters most. You no longer chase what fades, you hunger for what lasts. And to those who pursue me in spirit and truth, I reveal myself more deeply. I withhold nothing from the seeking heart. This is your moment to walk not by the affirmation of others, but by the assurance of my presence, as I take you into realms of purpose and glory you once only dreamed of. Do not let what has happened before set the standard for what is to come. Don't let yesterday's pain put limits on today's possibilities. I am not only the God of fresh starts, I am the God of restoration, redemption, and relentless grace. I never tire of reaching out. I never withhold my help when you seek me with an open heart. Even if you feel you've wasted seasons or lost irreplaceable time, know this: I redeem time. I can accomplish in a moment what would otherwise take years. I restore what was consumed by delay, devoured by despair, and stolen through confusion or misdirection. I am orchestrating divine relationships not by human striving, but through my design. These connections will be pure and purposeful individuals with hearts in alignment, integrity in their character, and a vision that strengthens the one I placed inside you. They will not compete with you, but will complement your calling. They will not diminish who you are, but will honor what I've placed in you. For this work I'm doing is not about building in isolation, but about forming a body anointed, interconnected, and destined to advance together. The fear that has silently controlled your choices is being dismantled. Its grip is breaking. The voices that seeded insecurity in your youth are being silenced. The lies about your worth are being uprooted, and in their place, I am covering you with truth. And truth doesn't just liberate, it anchors. I am establishing you in identity, strengthening you in purpose, and giving you clarity and direction. The days of confusion and uncertainty are ending. You will walk with confidence, knowing I am backing each step. Everything I have shown you isn't just a hopeful glimpse, it's a divine confirmation. What I began in you, I will bring to full completion. What I spoke, I will manifest. not because of how deserving you are, but because of how faithful I am. I was present in every season of silence, in the heartbreaks, in the collapses you didn't see coming. I saw your sincere efforts fall apart, your dreams vanish without reason. And even when you didn't understand why the plan unraveled, I was there, not absent, not indifferent, but preserving purpose in the midst of what felt like loss. What you once thought was devastation was, in truth, my unseen protection. I diverted you from roads that would have drained your spirit and dimmed your light. I allowed certain doors to remain shut, not to deprive you, but to safeguard you from places that bore no lasting fruit. Though it may have felt like rejection, it was really my love in action, covering you, shielding you from what you couldn't yet perceive. I allowed limitations not as a form of punishment, but as preservation. Because not every shining opportunity is divine, and not every appealing path is aligned with purpose. Some directions only lead to distraction. Some open doors carry more emptiness than promise. That's why I step in and didn't let certain dreams come to pass, not because they weren't noble, but because they weren't mine. And anything not born of me cannot carry the endurance of eternity. My plans are not temporary, they are intentional, flawless, unshakable, and deeply rooted in truth. I do not create by chance, I build with divine strategy. I never improvise. I orchestrate with purpose and foresight. Every moment in your journey, even the ones that seemed like failure, have been woven into the masterpiece I've always had in mind for you. What felt like detours were in fact redirections. What seemed like delays were strategic pauses. You didn't lose time, you were being positioned. I've been with you at every turn, using even the seasons of silence to prepare something greater than what you originally imagined. What appeared to fall apart was not the end, it was me clearing the way for what is lasting, true, and specifically crafted for your calling. And now, as the pieces begin to align, you will see that nothing was wasted, and everything had a place in the story I've written just for you.